Barn Dental offers you quality dental care in a relaxing and cozy environment.
Oh, I bet. Skip ads. Who puts ads on their videos anyways? How's it going, everybody? How's it going? We'll get started in just a moment. Just want to let everybody, get that notification and get through their ad at the beginning of the thing there. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? More people joining. We've got quite the view here. I'm going to trim this just a little bit. There we go. So that looks more like it's looking that way. Ads are for squids. It's Kyle Even Steven. How's it going, Even Stevens? We'll just say hi to everybody that's here. Oh, I've got the double logo thing going on. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so hold on. Let me remove that then. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. Okay, there we go. That other one should go away then. All right. So I'm just gonna go through the thing here, and we're gonna say hi to everybody who's showing up. Got the early goers like Wigwag and Ethan and Tim and Mark, Bubs, and Dwight, and a lot of conversation, a lot of jokes from Mark. And it's Kyle. How's it going, Kyle? And then Mike H.O. Trains, or Mike-O, depending on how you look at it, or what he was going for. Mike-O. And John Train. How's it going, John? Hey, Anthony, how's it going? And Russ is rocking. ORR. How's it going? Did I say hi to Brad yet? Brad's Trains. Hey, Brad. And Chris May. How's it going, Chris? And Mom and Sons. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're about to get started. Richard Martin, how's it going? Thanks for joining. See, that's why I start 5 minutes early, because it usually takes, a couple of minutes for, YouTube to be all like, whoa, this guy's going live. I guess I should send out a mass message saying he's going live. See what happens. See who shows up. Wicked Insanity, how's it going? And I know what you're all thinking. But Chris, it's not the second week of the month. It's the first Thursday of the month. You're right, my friends. Tonight is not my night. Well, I guess it is now. But Tim from They Make It Like That, who is in the chat like that, is not feeling great. He's under the weather like that. So he asked if I could take over tonight's stream like that. And I said, sure, why not? Just like that. So I'm going to do Third Rail Thursday tonight. And I'm doing 2 weeks in a row, or he's doing a week next week. So we'll either be on his channel next week or back here. Either one. But, always looking out for each other, making sure that, health comes first. But, yeah, what a long day. I actually just came back from Toronto. That was a long drive. Apparently the power was out here from like 5 o'clock last night till about, 11 o'clock today. So kind of missed all that stuff, which is good because I hate when the power goes out. It's boring and can't charge my phone. So, but yeah, last Friday, I should say, my oldest son, he turned 10, and for his birthday, because he's a big fan of, I don't know if you guys have heard of the show Stranger Things, but there's a Stranger Things experience that's going on in Toronto right now, and it was fun. We took him to it, and it was kind of like you're in the show, but you're not really in the show. You're just experiencing what it's like to be in that. So that was cool, and he had a good time. And it took like 6 hours to get home because traffic. So my back is killing me. I took a couple of Tylenol, but I should be good to make it through the next hour or so. Doing some work on the layout. I'm going to do some work on the layout tonight. And I'm going to show you guys some stuff also that I have been working on. Yeah, I wish. My backup power for the layout is just taking the car and moving it by hand. That's you know, the power of me really reaching at that point if I really want to run trains and there's a power outage. But yeah, so we got a layout update that's coming up real soon. I always post one at the beginning of the month. And that'll be available soon. Yeah. Oh boy, like that. Absolutely. Yeah, no, he's never even played Dungeons and Dragons, period. But he's watched all, like, you know, I think there's like, what, 4 seasons now of that show? I've never seen one, so anytime where they didn't tell a joke, I laughed. And every time they told a joke, I had a straight face. So I had no idea what was going on. Yeah. So. But, yeah, so I'm going to do some work on the layout, and you guys are going to come along for the journey. You guys can chat at me while I'm doing it, tell me how bad it looks and whatnot, and I will accept your criticism with open arms. So that's how we get through this stuff together. Other than that, we've got, usually every Sunday I do the Sunday brunch kit builds, but this Sunday, because it's Easter Sunday, no live. I'm gonna take the day off. I'm gonna look for some chocolate instead. So don't expect there to be a live this Sunday, unfortunately. Well, we'll catch up in a week, you know, next Sunday. And then at the end of the month, we do start, and I do believe it's the 30th or the 31st. I forget how many days are in this month. The 30th. Okay. So on the 30th, we start our next group kit build. We're doing the 130-foot Walther's Cornerstone something 2-stall brick engine house. Who has gotten their kits? Tell me if you've gotten your kits yet. It's available in both HO and N scale. If you guys need SKUs for those so that you know exactly what to get, let me know or drop a comment after the show, and I'll make sure I post the SKUs so that you know what to get. Well, you just opened up a can of worms. Criticism inbound. Excellent. My son will be 21 this year. I missed the 5 to 10 years. I used to get a lot of hugs back then. Not so much anymore. Yeah, that happens. My oldest, just turned 10, and my youngest, he'll be 7 in July. So they're basically at that stage where they're going to eventually forget who I am. But that's okay. Who? Dad who? Yeah. Hey Anthony, how's it going? All right. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on. You guys know my little downtown area here, and that I've added lights. Well, I was able to add more lights. Yeah, I added more lights, technically. So when I do this, everything turns on. And I'm going to go to a different view. So here, there's this here. So, taking a look, yeah, we've got the, this is the hobby shop here. And I've got my downtown lights. They are in place. I've got my factory back here, or my warehouse, that has that light set on. We've got my tunnel, and the tunnel has lights in the tunnel. And then, of course, my station platform as well for passenger service has all their lights on as well, which is awesome. It really lights up, and it's like it lights up the tracks and the platforms. So cool. I love doing this. All this is Walthers, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like literally every kit here, you can go, you can buy, even the road and all the sidewalk. This is all Walthers. The platforms, everything. So cool, so cool. Let's get a different view. So this is the other, looking down the other way. You can, see me there. But yeah, this is the building that I was working on last Sunday, or this past Sunday. And I'm not done yet, obviously. I got to do more work on that, but we'll get it done. And you can see that I need to get more street lights and whatnot for along here. But I'll show you something cool I did. This is totally custom here. So this is where like the road ends, right? You're supposed to come this way, like the road goes this way, but obviously it falls off the layout, right? I took this set of stairs here and I made a retaining wall here. Obviously I got to paint the railing and whatnot. And there's sidewalk up here and whatnot. There's a big open space here, which is technically parking lot, but I'm going to do something cool there. You guys will have to stick around for that because that'll be really cool. I got to put a building here. I don't have a building for here yet. If you guys have any suggestions for this area, it's about 7 inches that way and about 11 inches that way. Whatever you guys think I should do here, let me know. And I'm open to suggestions. It could be something as easy as putting like a single storefront right here, facing that way. Or putting a bigger building here, maybe, that way. I'd like to hear ideas about what I should put here. But, yeah. So today I'm going to do ballast in here. There is 4 tracks back there, and you guys remember when I did the ballast here. That's all glued, that's solid. So I'm going to continue down to about here on the 2 front tracks. So that'll be fun. I'm just going to put this here so you guys can watch from there. And I'm going to put this here so you can watch from this way. I'll be switching that around every so often. But yeah, real boring without lights. Meh, not much to look at. And then, bam. I'm going to turn off the light so you can see without the light too. Because, I don't know if that'll help, but. Let's do one of these. Now I still have to add lights to the buildings, but that's kind of what I have so far. And each platform, so this platform has 3 lights, and that platform back there has 3 lights. I think that's all you need. I mean, you could probably add more. But that's what I added. So, yeah, it's fun. I like doing that stuff. It's great. I'm going to just turn the light back on. And I'm going to turn on the other light. Okay. Now to raise this up so that I can see it. Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. I'm going to get the Walther's Chocolate Factory, so that'll be somewhere else on the actual layout as a factory, where I can use the whole thing. Not enough room there in that area to do a whole factory, but I do like the idea. Alrighty. So I'm just going to remove these kits so that nothing gets damaged. And I'm going to remove the tops of these so they don't get damaged. And I'm going to move that bus so it doesn't get covered in ballast. Where are we? Okay, we're right here right now. Okay, so this should be interesting because this is definitely a long time coming. I feel like I probably should have done this a long time ago, but you know how it is, right? You get sidetracked with like so many different things. Alrighty. And I'm really sorry if that hurts your ears. It's not a great sound. I know. It's just kind of happens. And for anybody who's ever wanted to do ballast, this here is a little Bachmann hopper. It'll cost you about 20 bucks, 15 to 20 bucks. I can't remember how much, but I think it was about 15 to 20. And you just fill it with your pre-mixed ballast for whatever you're ballasting your track with. I always pre-make my mix. Hey Dave, how's it going? We use cards at the club. Yeah, I'm gonna see about incorporating something about car cards into the layout at some point. I do want to finish my like industry stuff first and make sure everything is good there before I start really getting into the whole, system of switching cars. But it's definitely on the list. I'm just moving this right down, just like that. You also want to make sure you remember to add all your sleepers in before you ballast, because you can't really add them after. That's a pro tip right there. Now, I'm not done doing the back section yet, because I want to get that train station into place first. So I'm not too worried about those tracks back there, but I will do them eventually. And doing these front tracks first will not hurt that whatsoever. I have to add a bit more ballast, most likely. Yeah, I saw the home improvement store and the dollar store type store as well. They're cool. They're cool. From that whole announcement, the thing that caught my eye the most, to be honest with you, was the greenish Procore tank car. Very excited for that. I know it sounds silly because it's like, but Chris, you like kits. I do. But, it usually takes about 3 or 4 seconds for me to decide whether or not I'm going to get a specific kit, if I really want it, or if it's like, where am I going to put it? And I can't think of anywhere where I would put the hardware store or the dollar store. I mean, I could probably find a place for that hardware store because, it's just a hardware store. But I already have a quote-unquote Beaver Lumber on my layout, which I've technically not really scratch built. It was more like a kit bash, but yeah, it's something that I've been working on. Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny thing with like a lot of kits that Walthers does. They'll take pieces from one kit, add them to another, and make it a whole different kit. I have some of those lumber pieces. I didn't paint them. They're not painted yet or anything. Like I didn't wrap them or anything. But these are those kits that you're referring to. It's just these are all like the 2x4, 2x4x8s, and these are probably 2x4x5 or 6, probably 2x4x6. But yeah, these came with the lumber mill I already have. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough room to fit fire stations and churches and all the different things. I have to kind of pick and choose as I go, you know, which is unfortunate because I'd love to have it all. I think that the typical scene on a lot of people, on a lot of people's layouts, is the the church with the graveyard and stuff like that. Station platforms are a joy to deal with. And I say that as I'm frantically cleaning off the top of the station platform because ballast tends to go everywhere. What is this? Now I've already ran trains through here like multiple times. In fact, every time I run trains, a train will go through both sides of the track here. So I'm already overly convinced that this track is good the way it is. So there really isn't, I mean, like as far as testing goes before you ballast, I feel like I've done that vigorously here. It's just a busy area in general. And also because it's just straight track, don't really have too much to worry about. I'm going to go a little bit further with this ballast here because I'm not right at the end of the station. Ooh, terrible sound. Go a little bit further. Ooh, too much. That might be too much. I hope it's not too much. Hey Brian, how's it going? This is official Via Ballast. That's right. Via. I went straight from the store right to my house. Via. It also went via Canada Post. But is it rocks from Trackside? No. There's a certain level of one-to-one scale that just wouldn't hold up here, I gotta be honest. And I don't have a ballast grinder that I could really, do that with. Although it sounds like a great idea, in theory, take ballast from real world and add it onto the layout. I've seen people do it with dirt. You take dirt from wherever, dry it out, and sift all that, thick stuff out and get rid of all the thick stuff, and then put it in the oven or something to kill any sort of something that might be in it. Oh, cat wants attention again. There's right here. Couldn't see it because it's behind there. There's a piece of plexiglass here, and it definitely was hiding that. I think that's another reason why I put the cameras there, so I can, see right down Main Street, see if I'm missing anything, if something needs a bit more ballast there, and I was selling an extra bag of ballast at a train show. Some guy asked me if it was fresh. How fresh is it? Like, did you just, grow that ballast today? And it's even more weird if they, stick their pinky in it and then, taste it. That's when you gotta be really concerned. I don't like the flavor of your ballast, man. I'm going with the other guy. Me personally, I just get Mark to taste all the ballast, and then whatever he says tastes the best, I usually just go with at that point. So his 3 favorite flavors, the 3 flavors that I'm using right now, it's a medium gray, a fine gray, and a fine brown. He thought they tasted the best, so I said, okay, I will mix them. And this is what I came up with, and it's simply delicious. Also, please don't eat your ballast. There's times where I'm joking, and there's times where I'm serious. I never know if you know when I'm being serious or not. What is ballast? Isn't it like a nutshell or something, ground up and dyed? I think some sort of nut. Pistachio or something, I think. Is it pistachio a nut? I wanted to put a bit more ballast down the middle just to kind of not really level it out, but to make the ballast a bit more thicker in the middle, if that makes sense. Ground walnut shells. There you go. Okay, yeah. Yeah. O scale though, right? Like you could probably get away with that with like a G and O, but like HO, I don't know about that. So here's the thing. So I've got to spray it with rubbing alcohol to get it good. So we're gonna do that now. Actually, I just want to make sure, because this bridge Make sure that bridge is covered. Okay, there we go. That looks better. This isn't one of those see-through bridges. This is the one where it's concrete. It's a concrete bridge. And we're gonna have trains all going over here. So there we go. Alrighty. Whoop, wrong one. Why didn't anybody stop me? Okay, there we go. Now, in a case where, let's say, if I couldn't see, absolutely, I wouldn't mind grabbing a mirror. Or in this case, I would just use the actual camera, right? Because I can see everything that's going on with the camera, and I've been actually looking into the camera to see what's good. If it looks good, then great. If not, then I do it anyways. Because I'm not really a perfectionist. As long as it looks okay, then I don't mind. Okay. Now this is my 50-50 white glue and water mixture. I also added some dish soap. Don't worry, the dish soap is there. It's a real thing. So that's just the bridge. All right, so I'm going to move you a little bit closer. That way you guys can see what I do next. Whoops. Hey Heath, how's it going? Oh, and James is here. Hey James. Do I add water to the glue or glue to the water? Well, I put the spurts of dish soap in first, then I add the glue, and then I add the water. And sometimes I add a bit more water just to see how the consistency is, right? You don't want it too thick, you also don't want it too runny. You know how it is if you've ever done it. Now, I'm only going to do little sections at a time here because if you've ever done this, then you know that you have to put a substantial amount of glue just for it to soak in here. And I am using rubbing alcohol in that spray bottle separately. So I do the alcohol first and then do the white glue and water after. Only problem is I gotta like tilt it. There we go. And I don't have this on a heavy spray either because you don't want to push the rocks around. You just want to, just shower it basically. And then that'll all feed into it there. I'm going to give this obviously a good couple of days to dry as well. I don't plan on doing any work on the layout in this area or running trains for the next couple of days. So that'll save me from ruining any of this. And Mike, Trackside Mike, how's it going, Mike? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whoops. You also want to make sure after you do this, you clean your tracks really well. Because you're going to have, technically, glue all over the top of them. Now I am only going so far with this. Simple reason for that is that this side here, and I'll show you, this transitions into this area here. And for what I'm doing here, basically I have to put, I want to put a double bridge, so two bridges, two separate bridges. And that goes over 4 tracks. Whether or not I do that, or if it's, just one track, but it's not one track, one bridge, but it's big. So I still got to do that and work out this entire corner here. Most of it is hard to reach and, all that fun stuff. But in order to do that, I gotta get the bridge parts and stuff. So that's why I'm working on all this area here. I've already got all the way from down there, that entire end, all the way up to basically here. And that's why I'm working on this area to get all this done. And then once that bridge is in, then, you know, I can keep going around the corner. I think it'll be good. I think. I mean, if I planned it out correctly, which I'd like to think that I did. Okay. That should... Whoa. That should be good. There we go. All right, so I'm going to let that dry. Now there's one more thing that I do want to do. And that involves more ballast, of course. Something else that's, you know, long overdue. Of course, because that's how I work. Oh, how am I going to do this? Just gotta grab all the stuff that I need. Well, except for that. I don't really care about that. Just need my drink. So, you guys know this section here. This is another piece of mainline. Bottom level. Right by the beaver lumber. And this here has sat dormant for like the longest time. I don't even know why, but that's about to change because I have this whole section here. It's probably about 1, 2, 3. It's about 4 feet, I think. And this 4 feet here has been without ballast, but requires ballast. So that's what I'm going to do. I thought I saw a question. Do you have an operations scheme for your lumberyard? Well, I was saying earlier that I want to get into the whole car cards thing, and your lives have definitely inspired me in that sense to, you know, be able to achieve something where, you know, there's a rule, and the rule is you need to be able to sort this car, get this car from point A to point B, and then, you know, everything else that comes along with it, right? Like, pick up the empty, take the empty, and then leave the, you know, one that needs to be emptied, more or less. And then, of course, having a more organizational side to all this, right? Because right now, as far as it goes, I have cars. They all have numbers. There's a place for them all to go. But I know that. But if somebody was to come over and say, okay, well, you know, what do I do with this? Where does this go? They don't know. And, you know, even when Mark came over, he's like, there's a whole other side to your layout. You know, this track here goes, this is, you know, it's a piece of track that goes around to the other side to get to, you know, my scrapyard and other industries, right? I know that. But if you're coming over, you might not know that. So I got to build. It's like building your layout, and then you have to build the whole system to which cars are being loaded and unloaded. Now, because this is just a this isn't a main line here. So you can park cars on here, but not for a long time. And there's a passing siding up there. So if you are pulling cars out of here, cars or locos that are going up or coming down can bypass you. So, you know, you're still keeping to mainline operation, which is fine. And somebody could be working this industry as it is. It is only a single track, but that's just this one. But I do have a lot of side spurs where, yeah, you just drop cars off or pick up the empties and switch out cars that you're dropping off and whatnot. But I really, like, that's something that I really want to get into once, like, my industries are more or less done. I still have a couple of industries to add and the whole top part of my layout as well. So if it seems like I'm just running trains right now and, you know, just doing that side, I'm really working in things to see what works, what doesn't work, what can I get away with, what cars can I have, and where do they go. So eventually it's going to become something much broader, and it's going to be more fluent with everything, and it'll flow a lot nicer. But until I know what works and what doesn't work, I'm just testing. These are all tests. Running trains, delivering cars, you know, going in and out of industries. You know, I really want to, you know, narrow it down and say, well, look, if you've got this kind of locomotive, you can't go this way. So you're going to have to call a switcher from over here to come and get your cars, bring them in, do all that work, and then have them ready to go whenever, you know. Or I can do everything out of the local yard, because technically there's a yard on the bottom level and on the second level. So I can work out of each yard, delivering stuff from one yard to the next, and then using my switchers or smaller locomotives to take to each industry on that level. Again, it sounds like a lot, but, you know, until all the rules are written, it's going to sound like it's a lot. Skateboard factory. Well, with lumber, mind you, I think that there's only a couple of companies that actually press boards. And yes, it's called pressing boards because it's very thin slices of wood. And usually it's about 7 ply that they use, and they're all glued together, and then they're pressed in a machine, which gives you the shape of the tails going, or the tail and the nose going up, and then the concave, which is the side, right? But it's built as a giant rectangle, and then they cut out every individual shape. Have you heard of Ship It program for operation? No, I have not. Hey, Brad, how's it going? Or Bradley? Broadway Limited, bring out those track mobiles again. You know, it's neat. When I was going through Toronto earlier today, because I was in Toronto, obviously heavy traffic, boring, right? So I'm looking around, and there was a track mobile. I call them critters. There was a critter on the back of a truck. And I thought the shape of it looked, like a critter. And as I got closer, because I'm like, why is it not yellow? Most of them would be yellow, right? It was red. And I thought that was odd. And then just to make sure, I had to check. There was a giant coupler on the back or the front, whatever you'd call it. And it was on the back of a truck. I'm like, huh, that's neat. I wonder where they were going, right? And then I saw 2 Via P42s, and they were both in the lead, like lead locos, pulling about 5 cars, which was neat. Because usually you see one on each end, but they were both pulling the cars. Which again, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you don't see that every day. Now, I can't go too far with this. I think like right here would probably be my cutoff. Oh, check this out. I got around to painting this overhead crane. Now, there is a bit of, rust color to it, but I'm going to use the powders over top of this to make it look, really, really good. Because I've been working on my scrapyard, which is literally, it's supposed to be right here. It's in the other room right now because I've added lights to it and stuff. So we'll be seeing more of that real soon. And I'm going to do a layout update, so watch for that. To clean this track off. Oh, and Bubs, your package arrived today, but it's down at my mailbox. My mailbox is at the end of the street, so I never got a chance to get it. But I will get it tomorrow. I look forward to unboxing it. Nah, I won't unbox it. I look forward to building your kits for you. Sorry. 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 I hate the whole spoon technique. Like, you take the spoon and then you go along with a spoon. Oh, man. I've got patience, but I don't have spooning ballast patience, if that makes sense. Now, the reason why I'm only going so far with this is that I like to do the grass before I do the ballast, and my grass stops here because I still have some work to do down that way, especially on this retaining wall here. So I'm going to do that first before I, continue ballast down that way. But I'll get to that eventually. I hope. Such a process. That's why I have to do this live, so that I'm actually doing work overall, right? Like, just gotta get it done. If you save a tree, a Canadian will become unemployed. I don't get it. What blind is that fine gray? Why do I grass first? Okay, I can answer that one. Why do I turf it first? So, if I do not turf it first, some of the stuff is like, it's kind of like it's slippery. Let me show you. I'll show you. This is why I turf it. So we're gonna look at this side right here, where the brown is. So if I put ballast here, the ballast will slide right down, right? It's like a hill here. It's a downward angle. So if I put ballast here, it'll just slide right down. But with the turf, the turf is actually, it roughens it up and it'll actually catch the ballast and hold it in place. So when I'm going along here, I won't have to worry about ballast falling down here when I'm trying to keep it up here. So that's why I always turf it first. Now, after I do the ballast, right, and it's all set, it's glued and everything, I'll come back and I'll do the static grass over top of this. I don't know. It's just, I've always done it that way. I find it to be effective for the look I'm going for. And when we look up here, because this is exactly what I've done in this section here. So, or in all the sections, but this is just one of many sections that I've done it in. And then if I get some of the static grass, you know, on the ballast, that's fine. But that's just the look that I'm going for right there. It is what it is, but that's why I do that. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I know a lot of guys will ballast before, you know, they do the turf, which is fine. This is just the way that I do it. Tim's looking at this wall like, why is there no graffiti along that wall? Grab a marker, sir. I've actually been working on my graffiti. I went to the dollar store and I bought a art book. That's right. An art book. And I've been trying different letters in different formats, you know, because there's many different styles of writing, right? There's some that are like more of a bubble. There's some that are sharper, I guess you could say, more points. So I've been trying, and I've been working on that so that I can add a bunch of, like I wanted to do YouTuber names, like a bunch of you guys, right? Like, you know, I wanted to do like a wigwag kind of graffiti and, you know, wigwag right here, you know what I mean? You know, whatever. But like, I want to do that all the way around. Kind of like how I have like all these stickers, right? I put a lot of my stickers along here, and I've got stickers over here as well, right? I like to put a lot of you guys on the layup. So that's what I'm going to do with this, because this wall is very long. This is, how long is this? This retaining wall is at least 7 or 8 feet long, and it starts right here and it goes all the way down there. I don't know if you can see that at all, but it wraps right around and then it goes right down. And yeah, it's a whole ordeal. The wall itself is an ordeal. Hey Dennis, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Well, some of this is like, well, probably move a bit more of this over here. Thing here with this actual piece of track is that not only is it curved, but it's super elevated as well, and it goes up on a 2% grade. So there's a lot going on here with just one piece of track. There's a lot to it. Yeah, Tim, I've got lots of real estate here, lots of blank canvas that is just screaming, deface this property. It's probably about the only time you can do it and someone won't be mad. Unless they've actually paid you to do their cars. But that's a different story, right? So. Nope. Actually, Anthony, that's like probably the most common question I get asked. And I always give the same answer. I'm not confident about a lot of things. That's just how I am. My confidence does not go a long way. Every time I say something, it sounds like a question. If that doesn't tell you how my confidence goes, then that's the best way to explain it. But the one thing that I am confident in, that I know works, is my track work. And when it comes to my track work, my trains will go around this corner, no problem. I will never fight it. I will never complain, because they will stay on this track. Same thing with my helix. No problem. My helix is probably the best part of my entire layout. Never have any issues with it. Mind you, now that I'm saying this, I'll probably have issues with it. But as far as my confidence goes, 0. But my confidence in track work, like 95%. Yeah, Tim, is that a 24-hour stream that you're planning on doing? Yeah, but that's just the bridge. And to be honest, I've never had any of my cars have that issue on that bridge. It was literally just the Potash cars. So I don't know if it's because of the smaller wheelbase or what, but... Hey, John. So many Johns. Come on. in most houses. Yes, I changed my name. I'm changing my name soon. John is going to change his name to John Squared. John to the power of John. Hey Adam, how's it going? John needs a nice railroad name. I can't even remember what. Oh, I guess Mike's was Mike with his last name. And then I was like, Trackside Mike. And I think that it stuck. So with John, something Junction John. Blank Junction John. So whatever that first word is will be the first part of your name. So we started up here, and of course, obviously this track has got to dry. We got to let it dry, unfortunately, you know, that's how it is. And it's just a double track there. I think that's about 3 or 4 feet that we did. You know, keep it easy. Don't try to do too much at one time. And of course, then we came down here, and I wanted to continue. It ended right about here, and then went from there all the way down and around. And now I've got gluey water going down the fascia, but that's okay because I have to repaint some of this anyway. Some of this is the brown came over, so when I do touch-ups along here, I'll clean that up. It'll be all right. Papa John's, you make great pizza and trains. Working on my new logo to see if I can get stickers made. Yeah, that'd be cool. I actually just changed my logo, and I'm going to be having stickers made real soon. I did have some people reach out already, letting me know that they are interested in me sending them stickers for when my stickers come in. Yeah. Really soon, I think. Should be good. Make a little stop work play now. So this area here, you can obviously see that my building has been removed, and it's because I've been working on it. I do have to weather it and whatnot still before I put it back. Same thing with this crane here, because the crane, it was still gray, like the color of plastic, right? And obviously, you know, you do your undercoat, which I did black, and then I went in certain areas and I used a rust pen, and I did rusting in certain areas, and then I did the yellow over top of it. But I did it very I didn't do it thick at all to make it look like the paint was kind of coming off in certain areas. And now I'm going to use powder over top of it to really weather it in this form. So hopefully that turns out all right. It's kind of a new thing that I'm trying, so we'll see what happens. And then I'm going to put it back on these tracks here, because it's those 2 tracks that go into the actual crane itself. And then that switch that's up there goes into the industry, which, I mean, it's a backdrop building, so. But you guys will see more of that in the next couple of days when I post my layout update video. So that should be good. All right, well, there you have it. So tonight I did a little bit of ballasting. I didn't do anything too extensive tonight because it was kind of not really last minute, but you know, kind of I found out this morning, and I'm like, okay, no problem. What is it that I need to do tonight? You know, you guys know that I've been working a lot in this area too, getting a lot of this done, but I'm waiting for a couple of kits to come in so that I can do more work in that area. And then on the second level, I've been planting more trees, and I am expecting a package from Grand Central Scenery. They messaged me today and said, watch your mailbox. And I'm like, sounds good to me. And I'll probably be doing an unboxing when that shows up. So that'll be a thing probably in a week or two. I think whenever they send me a box, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks. So hopefully by the end of the month, I can do an unboxing of trees. You guys can see more trees. They are awesome. They look like these, although I don't know what they're sending, but these trees here, these are all Grand Central Scenes. I love those. So, very excited. Pizza. Yeah, I had some good pizza yesterday when I was in my hometown. Always stop for pizza whenever I'm near there. So, but yeah, for the yard, well, I'll give you more information in the whatchamacallit, the layout update. That's important. So stay tuned for that. Next week, it's either going to be me again or it's going to be They Make It Like That, if he's feeling better. If not, I have a few more plans. A few things that I need to work on, a few things that I want to work on. There's so much to do. And when you have 3 levels, it's like, yeah, you just kind of chip away at it. So, and like I said, because this weekend is Easter weekend, it's the long weekend, I'm going to be spending the time with my family. So there's going to be no stream, no Sunday brunch kit build this Sunday. Sorry, guys. And we'll continue on next Sunday. I've got that kit there that I'm still working on, and I have to add lights to these buildings here and maybe some interiors as well. That'll be cool. Other than that, anything else? Anything else? I know I'll remember when I say see ya, and you know. Oh yeah, yeah. Next week, car cards. Absolutely. I'll get on that. First, I'll do stickers, and then I'll do car cards. Actually, I did have an idea for making car cards, because I do have a program on my computer where it allows me to make business cards. And I thought, well, it would be cool because a business card is not that big, right? They're like that big. If I take a picture of the individual car and I shrink that down and I put that as a picture on the card with all the information about said car, I can print it as a business card, and you know, it's small enough that it's not going to be. You ever see where you got like you've got a car on the layout, right? Just like that, and the car card sticks up like that. And it's like you can't even see the car; you just see the card. But with this, it'll just, you know, it'll take up maybe half the front of the actual car itself. So I'm going to try something like that eventually down the road. And it'll have a cute little picture of the car. So it'll be way easier to find as opposed to just a piece of paper. So, but I've got a lot of cars, as you can imagine. So I'm going to have to work through that, like, you know, one at a time. My process will probably be, you know, catalog it, weather it. If I do want to put graffiti, so graffiti and weather, and then take a picture of it, make the car card of it, and then move to the next one. But that'll be something down the road, because it seems like every month I'm getting a new car. And I know sometimes I even forget to add my current, like if I get something in, I have a list on my phone where I, you know, under all the CN stuff, CN car, and then the number of the car, the type of the car. That way when I go shopping, if I'm out and about and I find a car and I'm like, oh, I really want to buy this car. And then I can look at my phone. Do I have, you know, 7042? Unfortunately, I do have it. That's probably why I like it. I got it already. Or if I don't, then I can see if I do have it. And if I don't have it, then I'll get it. And that's always on my person at all times. So that's really fun. Chris, try Ship It. Has car cards and shipping duties for Model Railroad. I'll look into it for sure. Be sure to catch Heath's stream Friday evening. He's having operation experts on from TCDNMRA Media Channel. More platforms at Depot. Someone needs to model a pizza joint on their layout. I would, but I'm building an industrial park. I mean, I am looking for ideas for the little shops and stuff, because even though I've built little stores, I haven't really put anything in them yet. So a pizza shop would be a really neat idea. Could be a pizza. That's pretty modern, you know, and there's literally like one everywhere around here anyways. So Little Caesars, true. Yeah. Okay, well, today being Thursday, is Heath going live tomorrow night? Is it tomorrow, Friday, that Heath's live is? Or is it next Friday? Because I know he normally does a live on Tuesdays. But... oh yeah, Taco Bell as well. I'll be looking for a Taco Bell kit. For sure. I do have a KFC, but I think part of it's broken. So I can either fix it and hope for the best, or just not add it. It's a really old kit. So, yeah, it's an idea. Tomorrow. Okay, so he's doing the live tomorrow. Thanks, Blitrock. Yeah, so Heath is live tomorrow night. I'll be working, so I'll probably be in the background. It's just how it is, unfortunately, for a lot of these shows during the week where, even on the weekend. So I'll be working, but I do have access to watch the show as well. I just have to have the volume low enough that I'm not that distracted. Hey Brad, how's it going? I wonder why some of your names are pink and some of them are green and that's weird. The only ones that I know that actually make sense are the ones that are blue with the wrench, but I wonder why some are like pink and whatnot. That's weird. It might just be the tool that I'm using, but yeah, it's weird. Summit Customs Cuts has most of them. Yeah, I was looking at the Starbucks from Summit, and they want like $150 for it. At least that's what it was on Amazon. It might be like $100 straight from them. So I'm not sure if, if I will do it, but I kind of want the Starbucks. And I'll put it somewhere on the layout. I'll find a place for it. Steve, you troublemaker. Fun time. Someone's in trouble now. All right. Well, you guys, I had fun doing this tonight. I got to let all this stuff dry. It's just how it is. But I'm very happy that I got to share this with you. And, I wish Tim a speedy recovery from whatever illness he is facing. We never go into detail. But, right. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I'm seeing some that are like burgundy, some that are hot pink. You know what I mean? So it's very weird. And like Trackside Mike, which I know is a supporter, but he also has a blue name with a wrench. So I don't know. It's weird. Thanks, Randall. Russ, Green or channel supporters? I try, guys. You have a great night, Adam. Yeah, we're gonna tie this one off here, and we'll see you all next week. Have a happy Easter, and spend time with your family. And we'll see you next week over on They Make It Like That's channel. Don't forget to hit that bell, the like button, and check my shop. Check the t-shirt shop, because I added some new sweaters and t-shirts with the new logo. Big logo on the back, little GVO on the front. And yeah, I'm going to have to still get one. I haven't even got one for myself yet. So I'm going to do that soon. And stickers are on the way. So we'll have some stickers for you guys soon. Lots going on this summer, but I'll get more into that later. You guys have yourselves a great night.